Welcome to Sunshine Cathedral's Queer God Squad. It's Wednesday, November 19th, 2025. I am Bishop Darrell Watkins, the Senior Minister of the Sunshine Cathedral. With me today are Bishop Robert Griffin, Reverend Dr. Ann Atwell, and Reverend Kevin Tisdall. We are the Queer God Squad. Visit sunshinecathedral.org to learn more about us.
Queer God Squad was created by Hotspots Happening Out to support our mission to explore the value of faith in the LGBTQ community. There's no streaming TV show like this in the entire world.
In 2025, we are celebrating the 40th anniversary of Hotspots magazine, with Queer News Tonight sharing over 11,000 stories and 11 million views so far.
We are the largest nonprofit LGBTQ media organization in America, and we encourage you to support our mission to inform, entertain, and educate our community and allies.
This is the Sunshine Cathedral perspective. Pro-equality candidates win big in 2025 elections, rejecting anti-LGBTQ politics. The November 4th, 2025 elections delivered significant victories for the LGBTQ community, signaling a clear rejection of divisive, anti-trans rhetoric in key state and local contests.
The gubernatorial races in Virginia and New Jersey were crucial as pro-equality candidates like Abigail Spanberger and Mikie Sherrill won, successfully neutralizing campaigns that heavily focused on targeting transgender people and youth. These outcomes demonstrated that anti-LGBTQ platforms failed to motivate broad voter support, often being overshadowed by core issues like the economy and healthcare.
In New York City, the election of Mayor Zohran Mamdani in New York City, who ran on an explicitly pro-LGBTQ platform, including detailed investments in trans healthcare, underscored this mandate for inclusion. He marched in the Pride Parade with the trans flag. He received vocal support from groups like GLAAD, who saw his campaign and victory as a rebuke of anti-trans rhetoric.
The Jewish community, however, was divided. While progressive Jewish organizations like Bend the Arc and If Not Now celebrated his economic and social equity platform, many Zionists reacted with alarm. The Anti-Defamation League voiced concern over his criticism of Israel and his support for Palestine. Some community leaders launched monitoring initiatives. Nevertheless, Mamdani secured 33% of the Jewish vote, demonstrating a generational and ideological split that prioritized local affordability over foreign policy.
As one might expect, Mamdani's victory sparked an overwhelmingly positive response from gay Muslims, who saw his success as a profound validation of their intersectional identities. His election was viewed as a powerful triumph for progressive values, specifically secular socialism and Muslim-led social justice, which could decisively win by prioritizing community needs over political or religious divides. Yes.
Yay.
We can breathe for a little bit, and we have a lot of work to do. We have a whole lot of work to do. This is 2025. 2026 is coming up next year. We got a whole lot of work to do. And it's really important not to just sit on our laurels and say, okay, yeah, we had these wonderful victories. Most of us believe that they were wonderful victories. But we have to work for justice and equity. We have to support those candidates who do it. So let's keep moving, folks.
Yeah, it was a big boon for in this off-year election for Democrats. So that was good, especially, at the mayoral and gubernatorial level. And meanwhile, though the country said out loud, we're going in a scary direction, we want to put the brakes on this or take a slight turn to the left or maybe just stop and breathe for a minute. A clear message that then in Congress, the Democratic Party said, oh, thanks for checking in. We're now going to give up everything we were holding out for you. And we were trying to protect your SNAP benefits and your health care because we said if we give up one, they'll take both. And so we're going to give up either. And then they gave up both and they took both. And so what a very disappointing message from Congress. I know it's 6 or 7 people, but that was enough.
Yes.
And it included leadership. So I will never say that what is going on the other side of the aisle is better, because it's just right now for sure not. But I will say there's such a thing as a primary. And those are important too. So turn out, not just on election day, but also for the primaries.
Yes.
Because maybe someone like Mamdani will run, someone with a heart and a conscience and a spine. It's hard to get them all in the same place. We got one party they've got a lot of roar, and another party's got a lot of compassion in speech, but no one yet who seems to have it all in the same human.
Mm-hmm.
I think Mamdani may be such a person, and if there's more people like that, let's get them in these races so that we can have more of that. Now, let me just say, I wanted to keep this short, but I can't. I just want to say one more thing about the Islamophobia going on. And of course, there's also anti-Semitism. And when Catholics started winning big things, there was all this Catholic fear, it's scary, oh, the Pope's going to be running everything or whatever. This fear of the other is killing us. Now, it's always been there. We've always been a xenophobic and racist nation. We have capitalism is just the second or third generation of slavery, where work was exploited, where workers were not valued as humans, and so that some people could get rich on the work of others. Well, we've taken away the lash, and we let people roam around freely, but the system is still basically that. Rich people get rich off the work of working people, and anything to challenge that is called scary communism or whatever. This country has always been invested in economic injustice. It's always been invested in racism and xenophobia. And there was really in our entire history, there was from like Eisenhower to Carter, that this country tried to be something else.
Oh, I like that, yeah.
And that's it for our entire history. Up to Eisenhower, and then from Reagan on. This is who we are. We had a window where we tried to be something else, and we could have done. But here came Reagan. We bought what he was selling, and that's a good metaphor because buying and selling is what all this is about: economics, money, wealth, greed. And so this is who we are. And New York has showed us how we can start to change that. Maybe we can get our window back of trying to be more fair and more inclusive and more diverse. I know they're supposed to be scary, ugly words, but it's actually a good thing. So, and let me say this about Muslims. We have freedom of religion. You can be as Muslim as you want to. Someone asked, is the whole country going to become Muslim now because of a New York mayor? I'm doubting it, but what if it did? There are progressive Muslims. There are secular Muslims. There are conservative Muslims who are rethinking an issue or two, just like Christians.
Hello.
And so don't let the word Muslim be a buzzword for you, a scary word for you, because there's all kinds of Muslims, like there's all kinds of Christians. And so if he's proposing policies that are good for people, if he is standing up for the underdog and protecting the marginalized, he could pray to my sneakers. I don't care, because what he's offering is good policy and good leadership. Who he prays to when he goes home is none of my business.
I read that there's supposed to be so many people that are getting ready to leave New York City because of Mamdani's being elected.
Maybe rents will go down.
That was one of the things I was going to say. I'm going to get you some boxes, make sure that they're secure, because there are a whole lot of people who need apartments. But that's one of the conversations. The other conversation to me is that it shows that the Democratic Party and America really is not one homogeneous group. You've got different parts of the country that have different needs. And what I noticed over the last couple of weeks is that we had one time thought, I had thought at one time that the Democratic Party didn't have a lot of potential leaders. Well, we just got 2 new governors who are joining the fray. We've got the governor of California, we've got the governor of Illinois, we've got the governor of Pennsylvania. All 5 of them are very different in how they look at things, but one of the great things is that they're not the Senate minority leader right now, because there has to be some thought of change. Schumer's around my age. People my age need to cede power to the next generation so that the next generation can move this country forward. If we continue to look, and I think it's wonderful that you're looking at old men, but if we continue to look at just old men, you're not going to move forward. Mamdani, 34 years of age, with all of that energy, with all of that hope.
It's infectious.
How much of that hope can be turned into action if 1 million people move out?
Obama was barely in his 40s.
He fixes his housing problem immediately. They say that you can't have free buses. Let's see what he does with that. So, oh my goodness, there's so much going on in America that I have hope for.
Yeah.
And I'm telling the old guard, get the heck out of the way.
Now, we have AOC and we have Bernie Sanders.
Yes.
I think there's room for everybody.
Yes.
But if it's all old people, you're going to miss the exciting challenges and new ideas and energy. And if it's all young people, you're going to miss the wisdom and the shared, the long story memory.
I like that.
We need it all. But as long as we keep it a competition, someone always loses in a competition. And in this case, it's all of us.
Yeah.
I think this election also gives us a glimpse of what we can do when we vote.
When we just bother.
When we just vote. If we get out and vote, this is something that we can do. And I'm as you look at the whole map, as you have already said, this shift that is happening. And I would like to say that this was a glimpse of the shift that's yet to come.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I think I saw someone, I think it was John Pavarici, I think it was him, who said this election was a shift as to what America can get back to. It would never be the same, but it's shifting back to something else that once was. And we're going to have to all do it new. Everything let's be honest, it's all gone.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, it's all gone. But Mamdani and people who elected him, who got elected on this cycle, I think are the players and the shift makers that will make America into something new and into something different. And I'm just, I don't know if you can mention this or not, but the group that lost, the Liberty for Mothers, I think it is called, none of them were elected.
Yeah.
Mothers for Liberty.
Yeah,
nobody from Mothers for Liberty and that group was elected. So, I think voters are sending messages as to what we want and what we need. Pay attention to it. Don't get complacent. And let's start gearing up for the next round.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
I guess that's all we got to say for this time.
Yes.
Today, we are the Queer God Squad. See you soon.
Before we go, I want to invite you to check out our Performing Arts series. Here is a taste of what is coming up in December at the Sunshine Cathedral Center for the Performing Arts.
On December 6th, the Sunshine Cathedral Music Ministry presents its annual holiday concert. It's free and it's a wonderful way to kick off the holiday season. Tell your friends about it and save the date, December 6th at 7 p.m. at Sunshine Cathedral.
The very next night, December 7th, brings Matthew Darren's annual Holiday Fantasia. Always amazing, and this year it will again be co-hosted by Varla Jean Merman.
Then on Friday, December 12th, the Gay Men's Chorus of South Florida will be performing.
And the very next night, December 13th, the Girls Choir of South Florida will be giving their holiday concert. And the night after that, December 14th, it will be the Broward Women's Chorale's turn to bring holiday joy in music.
On Friday, December 19th, we'll be charmed by Treble in Paradise. Their concert is titled Treble and Tidings, an a cappella holiday.
And on Saturday, December the 20th, Anthony Nuzade will be performing with a community choir.
In addition to these amazing performances, all of which offer an add-on Cathedral Pub experience for purchase, allow me to invite you to Sunshine Cathedral's Christmas Eve services at 7 p.m. or 9 p.m., December 24th.
Please like and share this episode on your social media and look for Sunshine Cathedral on Facebook or Instagram.
You can also like our individual pages on Facebook. Remember to visit sunshinecathedral.org frequently. There you will find Bishop Talk, where Bishop Durrell and I interview queer religious leaders, activists, and scholars.
Thank you for joining the Queer God Squad today. We are here daily at 3 p.m. to have some fun and to discuss what our LGBTQ community is talking about.
Sunshine Cathedral is the world's leading progressive queer church. Progressive, queer, and God are words that naturally should go together. Remember that we are all in this together, and also remember that you are God's miracle, not God's mistake. Until next time, we are the Queer God Squad. Goodbye.